Starting off with that one. Okay, hey guys, welcome back. Tom here. I'm ready to talk about my next topic. It's Thursday night, and I promised the next video for Saturday night, and I lied to you. Suck it the fuck up. This one is going to be talking about the movies and the television and why I have problems with them. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the names of a lot of the television shows and channels that they have on TV these days. And what I mean by that is like Animal Planet. You know, they call it Animal Planet, but every time I seem to watch Animal Planet, they have something about people on. They don't really have anything, you know, it doesn't discuss anything about animals like it used to when Steve Irwin was still alive. You know, he was always wrestling gators and by crikey and, you know, that kind of stuff, and it was fun. And then now you got people that are talking about, you know, I shouldn't be alive and stuff like that. Another thing about Animal Planet is, you know, their new catchphrase is surprisingly human. LOL what? First of all, it's called Animal Planet. Remember the animal part of the Animal Planet? You know, animals. No, okay. There's also like the MTV thing, like it used to stand for music television. I know I mentioned this in my last video, but music television, you know, they used to, you know, have actual, you know, music on there. Now all they have is a bunch of Italians running around and drinking and, you know, getting smush, and it's not funny anymore. It's like it's funny for like the first 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh, that's right, they're actors. I mean, stop acting retarded. And, you know, it's not that I'm not a fan of Jersey Shore, it's that I think it's absolutely fucking retarded. And, like I say, I mean, if you watch Jersey Shore and you know, enjoy Jersey Day, you're probably all watching it right now because you're a bunch of blind idiot fucks that, you know, can't watch anything else on TV or on the internet. I really don't, like I said, I don't care for it. Another thing, you know, on TV that goes on is like on the news. You know, I took a social psychology class, and, you know, the one thing they say is if it bleeds, it leads on the news. And what that means is basically whenever someone gets shot or gets hurt or dies, or if there's some sort of harm to human well-being, it's always the first thing that they, you know, talk about on their show. It's not, oh, you know, there was a stranded kitty in the tree the other day, and the policeman came and got it down. You know, that was pretty awesome of them. No, it's, oh, this guy got shot and killed on the east side. You know, welcome back to Youngstown, everybody. And it's depressing more than anything these days, because if that's what they're going to lead with, I mean, I know that's what everybody wants to wait for and watch. But at the same time, it's just like, you know, yeah, we know somebody got shot in Youngstown. It's Youngstown. That's what happens here. Or, you know, they go about, you know, saying, oh, well, they shut down another drug ring. Good, only 2,000 more to go. Way to go, policemen of Youngstown. The next thing I wanted to talk about was, like, how kids' shows today are way different from how they used to be. Like, you remember, like, when you were young, everybody liked Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry was hilarious. You want to know why? Because they defied the laws of physics. Now, what they did, they could drop anvils on each other, and they would just walk away from it. You know, you drop a piano, and the dude would, like, come out from inside of it, and his teeth would all be like the piano keys, and then, you know, it would ding, 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 and they'd fall out of his face or something. That was hilarious. Like, another thing, you know, they used to smack each other with shit. I mean, they used to just, they take baseball bats, frying pans, cooking sheets, like right here.
Cookie sheet.
No, they do stuff like that, and it was hilarious because people just get up and walk away from it without a bruise, without a scratch, or else they'd be in a body cast for like 5 minutes during the entire cartoon, and then they come back the next scene and be like, oh, by the way, I'm all better now. And it's like, man, I wish my broken leg would have healed that quick so I could get back to, you know, the things that I wanted to do. Another thing, you know, I wanted to talk about via children's shows are like the old Nicktoons versus the new Nicktoons. You know, you got the old Nicktoons, you know, you had everything in those shows. You had Hey Arnold, Rugrats, Doug, Ariel Monsters, Cat Dog, Ren and Stimpy. Shit that defied logic for the most part, but everyone enjoyed it because it was entertaining. Nowadays, you got stupid shit like SpongeBob and Dora the Explorer. Now, I'm not trying to bash Dora other than she's illegal, but, you know, Dora, she's all about stuff like the only people that watch Dora are the 4-year-old American kids that, you know, watch it because that's the only thing on at 9 a.m. every day because everybody else is at school, and the people who are watching the 4-year-old American kids so they don't kill themselves. And, you know, you see Dora, you know, she'll talk on her show, and she'll be like, oh, hola, everyone, ¿cómo está? And the 4-year-olds are sitting there like, what the hell is she saying? And then, she comes up, Yo hablo español! Tu hablas español! And the kids look at each other again. It's like, what the fuck did she just say? You want to know why, they know tu hablas español? It's because they're 4 years old and they barely understand English as it is. And secondly, they're Americans, so they don't even know what a Mexican is yet. But, lo and behold, they're trying to push, tolerance of Mexicans on, television. And now her retarded cousin, Diego, is running around, and they have the monkey with the rain galoshes on. And it is boring, I guess. And then they got the talking backpack thing and the talking map, and, the map gets eaten by the backpack. And, I mean, aren't they trying to not talk about vor on these videos? Never mind. Another thing that I hated about, television, recently I came upon these videos on YouTube that talked about Disney being subliminal and wanting children to have sex or something like that. But Tom, I thought all 10-year-olds who watch Disney wanted to have sex. I'm not exactly sure, Troll, but what I do want to understand is that apparently there was an illustrator for Disney who was like the head guy or whatever, and they passed all illustrations through him, and he would do most of the work or whatever, and he was putting in the subliminal messages that, wrote out the word sex in a whole bunch of videos, and then he drew the castle from Little Mermaid that had a penis in the castle or something, and everyone's like, oh, Disney is evil. No, Disney's not evil. One person was evil, and now he's serving a life sentence in prison because of, the destruction of, personal or property that belonged to the Disney Corporation. But everyone's like, no, Tom, Walt Disney was bad. That's why he's frozen. No, he's dead. But no, thanks, Family Guy, for saying that he was frozen, you bunch of fucks. But I don't know. I grew up with Disney. I watched all the Disney movies. And recently I went on a Disney binge. Like the last month, I probably finished 20 to 25 Disney movies just on YouTube. Why? Because I have that type of time on my hands. Blow me. But they're only an hour and a half, 2 hours. You guys can watch those type of movies in that sort of time. And, the old school Disney movies are great. And I don't know any 10-year-old kid anyway who watches Disney that goes out of his way to go, oh man, I wonder if Disney has sex on this video. Like I said, I don't know any 10-year-old kid that does that. Another last thing about, one of the last things about TV that I wanted to mention was the SpongeBob. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about SpongeBob. Like, he could be funny, but normally he's not. I'm pretty sure he's a homosexual. Not that there's anything wrong with that in the least bit. I'm all about, freedom of choice and stuff. But it's just like, if he is, they should have just said something by now. And then you got, his weird, like, retarded pink friend that only wears shorts and doesn't wear a shirt. And, I mean, I don't know what kind of message they're trying to send to kids with that. And, then they got the squirrel that walks around in a bikini because apparently squirrels have, large breasts or something like that. I've yet to seen one around here, but I'll keep an eye out. Another odd thing, like, about it is the Home Shopping Network. The Home Shopping Network is pretty much a null and void situation at this moment. Like, the Home Shopping Network, they have some of the most retarded shit on there now. And, like, most of it is stuff that you could buy off the internet for a cheaper price than you can get on the Home Shopping Network. So the Home Shopping Network is like, you could stay at home and order something on the telephone, or you can just go to a website and order something for probably half the price. Sorry, Home Shopping Network, but you're basically worthless. The same thing kind of goes for the Home and Gardening Network. I don't know. I guess most people that watch that are all about, grooming their house and making it look all nice. But a lot of people, would rather it's just like, I don't know, Home and Gardening. I don't want an entire television channel to be devoted to fixing up my house rather, in a fashion that I probably couldn't afford to begin with. Like, you have to have a lot of money to do the kind of stuff that they do on the Home Network. or the Home Gardening Network. Like, they put in a whole bunch of new mulch, and then they fix up the walls for the basement so that it's completely waterproof. And like, if you look that kind of stuff up with these businesses, that shit costs a lot of money. So I mean, yeah, they can do it on TV, and then people try to do it in real life either by themselves or they try to do it, with the corporation or company that does it, and they end up going bankrupt as if they're not out already buying the big screen TVs and the surround sound with their drug peddling money. Another thing is like movies. Some things about movies I don't like is like movies that base themselves off of books that lead like everything important out of the movie. And I'm not saying that they always do it, but a lot of stuff like, I mean, I can't even name one off the top of my head. But so I'll turn it over to my pair of trolls over here on the couch, and they're going to throw out some examples for me.
Twilight.
Twilight.
The Last Airbender.
Yes, exactly. Avatar, The Last Airbender, and Twilight. Basically leaving a lot of stuff out of the original book. Jurassic Park, Harry Potter, they just leave a ton of stuff out of the movie that they put in the books, and it's like, man, where was this? This would have been awesome. Where was this? This would have been awesome. And then it's just like, people are like, oh, well, the movie budgets, they can't exactly afford that stuff anymore. I was like, well, then why don't you go get James Cameron to, produce it and direct it, because he fits everything he ever wants in a movie, and that's why his top 2 movies are the ones that have been the top nationally grossed ones of all time. The last thing, I dropped my notebook. The last thing I want to talk about here is, let me see here. The biggest thing I hate about TV these days is the fact that they're trying to replace all like the old television show hosts with the new one. And the first one that obviously comes to anyone's mind is Bob Barker. No one's ever going to replace Bob Barker, and they try to put that fat fuck Drew Carey in there. Hey, Dave. And it's just not the same. Bob Barker, he used to come out and he'd be like, welcome to The Price is Right. And he'd throw his hand out. You got all excited when he was on the show because he's an old-ass man that's still going strong at like 90,000 years old. Him and Jesus rode over on the Ark back in the day. But, it's just like, you can't replace somebody like Bob Barker. And soon enough, they're going to try and get rid of like Alex Trebek and Pat Sajak. And, yeah, I'm a big game show fan, and it's just like, you can't replace these people, because if you're going to try to, you might as well just stop the show. I guess that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Throw me a comment, do whatever you want, I really don't give a fuck. Look both ways, son.